I cheated on my husband. Then, he sent me our wedding vows back with a note. Hey, if you enjoy the stories on my channel, please support me by subscribing. Your subscription keeps me going and motivates me to continue creating heartfelt content. Thank you so much. Now, let's get into today's story. I never imagined I'd become the villain in my own love story. But there I was, staring at a plain white envelope, my hands trembling as I unfolded the letter inside. It was the vows my husband once wrote for me, now returned with a small sticky note attached. 4 chilling words, scrawled in his familiar handwriting. You broke them all. Suddenly, I couldn't breathe. But the truth is, this didn't start with the affair. I have to be honest about that, no matter how much it hurts. That doesn't make what I did right, not even close, but I didn't just wake up one morning and decide to betray the man who would have moved mountains for me. It was a slow unraveling, like watching paint peel off the walls and pretending the house still looked beautiful. Isaac and I had been married for 5 years. He was kind, steady, loyal to a fault. The kind of man who made pancakes every Sunday morning and memorized your coffee order without being asked. But he was also the type who buried his stress instead of talking through it, who believed quality time meant sitting silently on the couch watching TV. And I needed passion. I needed to feel seen. Over time, I stopped asking for it. I started resenting him for not noticing. That's when Julian entered my life. He was everything Isaac wasn't. Loud, magnetic, unpredictable. We met at a marketing conference in Chicago. One too many drinks at the hotel bar, and suddenly we were in the elevator. He leaned in and kissed me. I kissed him back. That was the beginning of a double life I never thought I'd live. Weekend girls' trips that were actually hotel getaways with Julian. Secret texts under the dinner table. A second toothbrush hidden in my purse. I told myself it was temporary. That I'd end it. That Isaac didn't really love me anymore. That if he did, he'd see me. But he did. In ways I didn't recognize until it was too late. One night, while Isaac was sleeping beside me, I crept out of bed to call Julian. I curled up in the hallway, whispering into the phone. Then I heard the floorboards creak behind me. I turned, my heart thudding, and there he was. Isaac. Silent. Just watching me. He didn't yell. He didn't cry. He just looked at me like I was a stranger. Then he turned and walked back to bed. The next morning, he was gone. I came downstairs to find the house spotless, his keys gone, and his wedding band sitting alone on the kitchen table. No note. No confrontation. Just absence. In the days that followed, I called him nonstop. Texted. Nothing. I even showed up at his office. His assistant said he was working remotely for a while. His mother wouldn't even speak to me. I wanted to believe he was just cooling off. That we could fix this. That it was just one terrible, stupid mistake. But a week later, the envelope came. No return address. Just my name. Inside were 2 things, a single sheet of folded paper and a yellow post-it with those same 4 words. You broke them all. My hands shook as I unfolded the letter. It was his wedding vows. The ones he wrote himself. The ones he'd carried in his wallet all these years. The ones he whispered to me through tears as I stood in white, promising to be his forever. I vow to choose you, even when life gets hard. I vow to listen, even when I don't understand. I vow to protect your heart, even if it means letting mine break. I vow to make you feel wanted, seen, and loved every single day. I vow to fight for us, for the life we build, and for the woman you are. I read them over and over until the words blurred with my tears. How did I get here? Julian tried to comfort me. He told me Isaac was overreacting, that we could be something real. But after that moment, I started seeing Julian clearly for the first time. His arrogance, his games, the way he loved being someone's escape, but never intended to be anyone's destination. He wasn't my future. He was my excuse. I ended things with him that night, blocked his number, deleted everything. It felt like walking out of a burning building, only to realize I had been the one who struck the match. But the damage was done. I tried everything to reach Isaac. Emails, handwritten letters, I even showed up at his brother's engagement party just to catch a glimpse of him. He left the moment he saw me walk in. A month passed, then 2. And then I saw him again. It was in the grocery store. The produce aisle. He was picking out apples. He looked the same, but lighter. Like someone who had survived something heavy and come out stronger. I froze. My heart pounded. When he turned and saw me, our eyes met. For one long second, we just stood there. Then he gave me a small, tight smile. "Hi, Eliza," he said. His voice was calm. Too calm. I took a step toward him. "Isaac, please can we talk?" He shook his head gently. "There's nothing left to say." "There is," I said, tears in my eyes. "There's so much I want to tell you. I'm sorry. I was stupid. I was lost and selfish, and I know," he said softly, cutting me off. "I know you're sorry. I believe that." I nodded, desperate. "So, can we try again?" He paused, looked down at the apples in his hands, then back up at me. "I spent years trying to love you right," he said quietly. "But love isn't enough when the person you love keeps looking elsewhere." "I'm not looking anymore," I whispered. He looked at me one last time. This time, there was pain in his eyes, but also peace. "I know," he said, "but I'm not yours anymore." And then he turned and walked away. I stood there, surrounded by strangers, holding a basket full of nothing. That night, I pulled out his vows again. I still have them. I couldn't bring myself to throw them away. I think a part of me hopes, maybe years from now, he'll come back. That we'll find each other again, once the scars have faded. But deep down, I know better. He loved me enough to write those vows, and enough to walk away when I broke them. I cheated on my husband. He sent me our wedding vows with a note. And now, I live with the memory of what I destroyed.